Perhaps you've tried other diet programs before. Perhaps you've lost weight, put it back on to become increasingly frustrated in your efforts. Perhaps you're exercising all the time, you just can't seem to drop the weight. You just don't know what to do. I believe we have the solution here at the Refinery. What we actually specialize in is our HCG diet. Now, I like to tell everybody the first time I meet them, I'm not into weight loss. If you want weight loss, just simply weight loss, you probably need to talk to someone else. What I actually specialize in is fat loss. Now, if you lose body fat, you're going to lose weight. But ultimately, there's really only one way to lose weight, and it's a calorie counting game. Calories going out have to be greater than calories coming in on a very consistent basis. Now, HCG, or human chorionic gonadotropin, is an injectable hormone that you do in conjunction with an extremely low-calorie diet. I typically put people on caloric diets of anywhere from 500 to about 800 calories a day. You would never do a diet like that without HCG, and I'll go on to tell you why. Your body's always trying to maintain. What I mean by maintain, let's say you need about 2,000 calories a day to maintain your current weight. If you take in about 3,000 calories a day consistently, you'll gain weight. If you take in about 1,000 calories a day, you should lose weight. The problem is in how the body loses weight. Let's say your body needs about 2,000 a day, you're only taking in about 1,000. The body's very smart. It says, let me go get that extra 1,000 that I need from somewhere else. Here's the big problem. It's where the body gets those calories. We want the body to pull from those pockets of stored fat that we don't like when we look in the mirror. The body doesn't do that. The body pulls from both fat and from muscle tissue. So you're losing both fat and muscle tissue. And I'm assuming when people tell me they want to lose weight, that they're not saying, hey Justin, I'd love to lose fat and muscle tissue. Of course not. You want to lose stored body fat. That's what we all want to lose. But that's not the way our bodies lose weight. We lose both fat and muscle tissue. Now, for the most part, your metabolism is regulated by what we call your muscle to fat ratio. How much muscle you have compared to how much fat you have. Now, we've all seen people who go on these diets, they lose a lot of weight and they just don't look very good, or they lose a lot of weight and they put the weight back on very quickly. The problem is the muscle to fat ratio. Again, imagine this. You've got this much muscle tissue and this much fat. Now, most people say, boy, as I get older, my metabolism really slows down. Well, it does, but this is why it slows down. Over the years, that muscle tissue breaks down. We lose that muscle tissue. That stored fat, it increases. So we're losing muscle, we're gaining fat. That's what slows down the metabolism. Now, here's the problem on every other diet that we try. We've got less muscle tissue, we've got more fat, which gives us a slower metabolism. When we eat far less calories, our body, we want it to pull everything from the stored fat, but that's not the way it works. Our bodies pull from both. So most people actually lose weight something like this. We're losing both muscle tissue and body fat. And when you lose weight like that, you've lost weight, but you've done nothing for your metabolism. So what happens when you start eating again? Just like we see with everyone, boom, you gain it right back. That's not what we want to do. When you do HCG, again, you do it in conjunction with an extremely low-calorie diet. The key is to understanding the role of what everything is doing. HCG doesn't necessarily make you lose weight. It's the low-calorie diet that makes you lose weight. Here's the role of HCG. Number one, when we get HCG high enough into your bloodstream, it will knock out an incredible amount of your hunger. No one wants to be miserable on a low-calorie diet. So HCG will help with that, but that's not the primary reason we take it. The primary reason that we take HCG and that we want to get it extremely high in the bloodstream is that it will protect muscle tissue breakdown. Here's why that's so important. Again, you've got muscle tissue, you've got stored fat. Most people look something like this with a little more stored fat. Now you're taking in far less calories than what the body needs. Let's say you're taking in 500 or 600 calories and your body needs 2,000. Now you've got about a 1,500 to 1,400 calorie deficit. The body needs to go pull those extra calories from somewhere else. HCG is protecting the muscle tissue. Guess where it has to pull all those calories from? Stored fat. So number one, you're losing the right kind of weight. We're taking the weight off of you that you don't want while we're protecting the muscle tissue along the way. What does that do for your metabolism? We leave you with a better muscle to fat ratio, which gives you a higher metabolism. Take away the HCG at the end when you get to where you want to be. Your metabolism is still where we left it. That gives you the ability to keep the weight off. What's the key to all this? The key is getting the HCG high enough into your bloodstream. That's my job. Your job is to keep those calories where we tell you to keep them. Okay, a couple of differences in the way that I do things compared to anyone else you'll talk to. Number one is my dosage. I give much higher dosages than anyone else. I'm just convinced that everyone else's dosages are too small. I'm going to get your dosage high enough. A second difference in the way that I do things, I do what's called escalating your dose. Anything the human body does consistently, it will get used to. It will adapt. I don't want your body to adapt to this. So what I do is I increase your dosage each week. Okay. Another difference in the way that I do things, I do not put everyone on the same diet. It's just like dosage. You're an individual with individual needs. It's not a one-size-fits-all program. So I'm going to cater both the dosage and the diet to your individual needs. Another thing that I do different, there are many what I call hocus-pocus rules that go with the HCG, rules such as going out and gorging yourself for the first couple of days, rules like not wearing lotions and oils, no exercise, not mixing your vegetables. To me, hocus pocus rules. To be honest with you, those rules came out sometime in the 1970s. Medicine has changed quite a bit, and so has our knowledge of the way the body functions and of HCG. So we don't go by those rules. We have our own protocol that we follow here at the Refinery, which we've seen to be very, very successful. And so what do you do to get started? Call us. Give us a call. You'll set up a one-on-one consultation. I'll sit down with you. We'll discuss HCG. We'll discuss exactly where you're at. I'm going to get a quick history and physical on you to keep on file. I also want to weigh you, but I want to take measurements of your body as well. Those measurements are very, very important because we want to see how those change along the way. I'll send in your prescription to our pharmacy. Very, very important. HCG is a prescription hormone. It should come from nowhere except from a very reputable pharmacy. Rest assured, ours does. I'll call in your HCG prescription. They'll fill that prescription. I'll give you a complete program guide, not just a diet guide, but a program guide which walks you through the HCG program step by step. You will have full access to me along the way. You can call me or text me at any time. That's what I'm here for. So, looking forward to meeting you with the HCG. We can get this thing started, burn this body fat, get you to where you want to be. See you soon.